Hey, Tim Archer here, Everest SEO. If you're watching this, you're most likely a remodeling company or just a general contractor focused in the remodeling space. And I'm also willing to bet that you probably get bombarded with internet marketing calls on a regular basis and emails. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, here we go, another guy claiming to get me on the first page of Google. And what I'm here to tell you is I'm not going to do that. What I am here to do instead is show you proof. Because honestly, I think companies who make big promises and claim to get you all kinds of results without showing you proof is bullshit. And I would not expect you to even think about doing business with me if I didn't have any results to show you. Honestly, if I were in this market to get my kitchen remodeled and I went to you and you said, hey, I don't have any pictures of kitchens that I've done before, but I'll do a good job, I honestly wouldn't give you my business, so I wouldn't expect you to do the same. And what I would like to do is just show you the results. So let's get to it. If we run a Google search for kitchen remodel Encinitas. Encinitas is a small town here in Southern California outside of San Diego. And here is my website, remodelingencinitas.com. And if we go back up, if we do kitchen remodeling, that's my website right here. There it is again, right here, twice on the first page. Just to show you, this is actually the same site. If we go to the website, there it is. If we go back, click on it here, there it is again, same site, twice on the first page. If we switch it up a little bit, if we go remodeling company Encinitas, don't have a map spot there yet, but it's on the way. And there I am in the organic results once again. If we change it up again, let's go for addition builder. There are no map pack results for this term, but there I am again in the organic results. So yeah, basically anything kitchen remodel, addition building related, my site's on page 1. The funny thing about this site is this is actually not a remodeler. This is just a website that I built from scratch beginning of September. And I literally just built this to get results, to be able to show you guys up front the kind of work I can do. Like I said, this is my website, not someone else's. I basically just handle all the calls that come to it, and then I call up a remodeler in the area and give them the customer. And I want to show you the process of how that works, how exactly I got this onto the page, the first page of Google for all those search terms. If we go back to Google, the first thing I want to show you is how I got listed in the organic results, which are the results without the map. If we look at the top 2 factors for organic results, one's going to be just straight up content, which is just writing. Writing is super important, and it helps to have the right terms on the page, but also the quantity of writing is super important as well. If you look at this home page, it goes on and on and on, all kinds of content about remodeling. If you go to one of the service pages, you can see there's tons and tons of service pages. You can't just have 1 or 2 pages on your site. It's not going to work. If you go to any one of these pages, you're going to see lots and lots of content because Google loves content. So what I did was I used one of my tools. It's called SpyFu. I looked up the most profitable and most common words that some of the competitors are ranking for. So this tool, I looked up pacifickitchens.com, found out exactly what keywords bring them the most money, and then I crafted some content for my webpage around those words. So that's something I can do for you if you're interested. Again, this isn't a sales pitch, this is just showing you results. If we go back to the results in Google, next thing I want to show you is what are called backlinks. And backlinks are really important when it comes to getting found in the organic search results. Basically, a backlink is writing on a website that when you click on that writing, it takes you to another website. And each one of those links passes on power from one site to another. So the more links you have pointed in towards your website, the more power your site has and the more likely it is to be listed on the first page. So what I did was took a look at some of the sites on the first page. For example, artisticdesignandremodeling.com. I ran it through another one of my tools. It's called Majestic, and it tells me exactly how many referring domains that site has. Each referring domain is a website that has a backlink pointed in towards artisticdesignandremodeling.com. So all I did was found the number of backlinks pointed in towards their website. I then went out and this is where the magic happens. I built 37 separate websites, got 37 separate backlinks from powerful websites throughout the web, and pointed in those backlinks towards my website. I outdid the competition, and because I outdid the competition in the number of backlinks, I beat them out in the organic research results, and now I'm getting all the customers that they were formerly getting, just because I'm higher than them on that first page. If we go back to the search results again, we talked about the organic results. If we come up to the local map pack here, let's do a different search. Let's do remodeling Encinitas. The other type of results is the map pack. It's just above the organic results. There is a third type of results, that the AdWords, we'll talk about those. But how you get listed in the organic results, one of the main ways of doing that is making sure your website is mobile friendly. Google actually has its own mobile friendly test. If you just Google mobile friendly test, you can run your website through the test, and it tells you if your site is compatible with a smartphone. Hit analyze. While that's running, I'll just explain. Recently, Google came out with an update that has made a lot of waves in the internet industry. But basically how it works is if your site is responsive to being used on a cell phone and it looks good and is user-friendly on a cell phone, then Google's going to give you the thumbs up and you're going to get good search results. But if you don't have a mobile responsive website, if your website's older and it's not quite user-friendly on a cell phone, then Google sees that and it's most likely not going to show you in the search results. Just to kind of show you an example, here we are on page 2 for Kitchen Remodeler Encinitas. And page 2 is basically the same as page 200. Basically, no one ever goes past the first page. And if we look at one of these sites, I'm willing to bet it's probably not mobile friendly, and that's why one of the reasons why it's on the second page. So let's copy. I don't mean to call out any company or talk down on anybody, and that's not what this is meant for. I just want to show the process and that this stuff is actually factual, and I can get you results. So if we look at through the website here, run it through the same test, willing to bet it's probably not mobile friendly. There's a chance I might eat my words because there are other factors that go into it, but mobile friendly site is definitely one of the most important factors in ranking in those map pack results. Yep. not mobile friendly. And that's actually pretty common if you have a site that's more than 3 or 4 years old. Typically, sites made before that weren't made to be mobile responsive. But the good news is you don't have to get a completely new website. You could keep the same domain name. So if you want, you can have your web guy upgrade your site to mobile friendly, or if you don't have a web guy, that's something I can have done for you. It just takes a couple days, is a little bit of a process, but it's definitely something I can handle for you. But there's one more thing. If we go back to the search results, let's see, if we go back to page 1, where all the magic happens, I want to talk about the map pack one more time. The other factor that goes into getting listed in the map pack is what are called citations. And similar to backlinks, citations count as votes for your website. The difference is instead of being a clickable link that people go from one site to another on, citations are basically just directory listings, kind of like being listed in the phone book, but in 2015. There are literally thousands and thousands of different sites throughout the internet that you can list your name, address, phone number, and website for your business on, and each one of those citations counts as a vote. So the more votes that exist on the highly authoritative sites throughout the internet, the more votes you have for your website, the more likely you are to get a spot in the map pack. Just to show you what I did for my Encinitas remodeling site, went to this tool I use. It's called Bright Local. I can track how many citations my site has as well as the competition. I'm going to view the report. So what I did was I ran a citation report, found each one of these these markers here respond or corresponds to a company in the map pack. So what I did was I went through, found every single citation that the competition has, and I filled out those citations for my own website. Since you can see here, there's 126 potential citations. That's 126 manual listings I went and did by hand, one by one. It took several days, and it cost me some money, but I got it done. I went through, and every one of these Y markers that you see here is a citation that the competitors have. So I went through that entire list of 126 for each business, found all the competitor citations, I matched them, and then I outdid them. So I went through, made sure I had at least about 150 citations just so I could outdo them thoroughly. And once I did that, I had the map spot that you see here. And that's the reason I'm on page 1 for multiple terms in the remodeling space. So yeah, that's pretty much my process. Not going to pitch you too hard here, but it's obviously a proven results thing. Again, if you want to go to my website, if you type in remodeling Encinitas, something like that, you can see my site. You can actually call this number because like I said, this is my website. I'm actually fielding the calls that come through and forwarding the customers to other businesses that can actually handle it, since I'm not a remodeler. Just to kind of show you, I have the call tracking set up so I can see every time a call comes through my site. If that's something you wanted for your site, I can do that as well. But yeah, you can actually call this number and I'll pick up the phone because I'm the one fielding the calls, or you can fill out this quote form here on my site and that'll go to my email. Again, this is just been a test, basically an experiment. I just did this 2 months ago, and I wanted to just show you guys results. This is basically, well, it's not all of my process. There's a couple things that I keep proprietary, but this is 75–80% of the process, and this is something I can do for you as well. So I want to leave you guys with a question, and I want to ask you if your website is currently making you money. Lots of business owners have sites that are just costing them money and not making them money. Having a website is meant to be a prospecting tool. It's supposed to generate leads. It's supposed to be a sales tool, and it's supposed to generate revenue for your business. So ask yourself if that's happening, and if the answer is no, it's time to contact me. Again, this is Tim Archer, Everest SEO. Thanks, guys. Hope you learned a couple things here that can really grow your business, and hope you have a great night.